Hi everyone, it's Emilia here. I am ready for our flower making Friday. Today I will be using this beautiful set from Altenew, which is called Prairie Roses, I think. It has amazing leaves. I've got the flowers out. Absolutely beautiful. And then it has three sets for the flowers. There are slightly different shapes, slightly different sizes. Each set is kind of joined, so we've got two double petals for each flower and one single. And when I die cut these, I keep them in their sets. This is not necessary, but I find it easier to do it that way, so I die cut quite few. I've got these sets ready, and I used the watercolor paper from Stamperia. This is 300 GSM, so you can see that I used, this is A5 page, I used that, and I will be making a vintage style flowers. I didn't do anything yet, but I will. I have something in mind, and I will show you what else I will be using. So these are the die cuts. I will bring them soon to the screen. I just want to keep them in sets, like I said. Other than the die cuts, I will be using the brown inks today. So I've got the coffee ink from Stamperia, Distress Vintage Photo. This is more yellowy than this is more brown, so I probably will use that mostly, maybe with a bit of that. And then I've got Acorn. This is waterproof because I want to do some stamping like I did on my fabric flowers on the flowers today. So, and then I will be using a bit of water. So if you want to use water with the watercolor paper, then remember that any other ink than the waterproof will kind of smudge. So for the stamping, I've got the text stamp, super old, I don't know how many years, but any script would work. I also have a yoga mat cut into small pieces. I like to use it for assembling my flowers. I've got the mat from Stamperia. This is for shaping. It's really good. I really like it. This is heat proof as well, so I use it for fabric flowers. I got my tool for shaping the petals. Scissors. I've got small piece of lace. I did cut that already into small pieces. I want to have these pieces in the middle of my flowers. I will see how it looks. I may not like that idea later, but well, that's the idea. For the centers, I will be using old buttons. I've got few here. What I do for the buttons, I cut the loops, cut them off. Usually the buttons are plastic or like a soft material that you can easily cut the loops with the scissors. So I've got this, but if you don't have any buttons like that, I also have those two. These are only two left, and these are made of out of resin. I used the mold from, this is quite old as well, not sure if it's available, but this mold had many little, you can see, embellishments, and they are like this one here. They are good for the flower centers. There are some drops, there are some larger ones, there are screws, and screws could look really nice in these flowers as well. And then the other one here, if I can find that, I will link everything in the description box below the video. I've got the box with various buttons. Let me show you. So when I go to charity shops, I always look for old like jewelry, broken jewelry, or buttons like that. Some of these are quite large, so maybe not suitable for the flowers I'm doing today, but some are. I've taken the smaller ones out. So yeah, next time if you are a charity shop, check the buttons. So I need the scissors and the glue. We can start. First step, inking the centers of the flowers. I will do how I always like to do. So from the center I'm going on the petals, not too much, as I prefer only to have darker centers. I don't want to change the color of the whole flower, and I will repeat that on each layer. Any size you will be doing, I will just do the same. So from the center where the color is the darkest, and then going onto the edges. You can go on the edges of the petals as well, like on the very edge, but I will also, for these flowers, go on the other side. So, and then on the tips of the petals, because when we will be shaping the flowers, you'll be able to see the bottom of that, of each layer, actually not the whole, but you know, you will see when I'm creasing them that you can see what color is on the other side. And of course I'm using brown ink for now, but you can make them in any color you want. So this is the top. This is how I will be inking each set, and on the bottom, on the edges, I want to add texture with my stamp, with my script, and I will just do it without any stamping block or anything. It doesn't need to be perfect. I will go once on the petals, and then I will repeat that for, maybe not for all the flowers, I will do on some, but like I said, I will keep the sets together. Now it's time to bring the water. If you've got a glass mat, definitely use that. I will spray the water onto my foil. This is like an old packaging. Oh, come on. Okay. I don't want to have a lot of water, but you can see the droplets, I hope. And then I will be placing my flowers like that. I don't want to spray the flowers. I want the paper to absorb the water from the bottom. I will have that for a few seconds there. You can move it up. We need to wait for the paper to slightly become softer, and we can place more flowers. Now they are soaking, and we can start with the first one. Similar to what I did the previous week when I was making the roses, I will just scrunch the top of each petal. I just bring the petal together and then kind of twist. Let me just come closer with that. So what I do, I kind of fold it in and out, squash, and then twist the very edge of the petal, something like that. Let me just try again. We are folding it, squashing it, and then twisting. Can you hear the rain? It's so rainy. Okay, something like that. We do the same for the individual petals, so just focusing on the tip of the flower, of the layer. Now I'm bringing my mat and the tool. I will be unfolding the flowers and shaping them. each flower will only have 5 petals, so one like one layer of the petals, or actually it's 5 layers, because no, it's 3 layers, doesn't matter, I will show you. So I unfolded them. Now I will go from the center with the tool. I want to smooth that petal here, not trying to shape the top, because the edges should be wrinkled like that. Okay, so only doing that. This, you can see, brings the petals up. And if you've got any like harsh creases, you can go on the top and maybe help with your tool to smooth it, but something like that will be okay. So I gently unfold and then go from the center with the tool like to the half of the height of the petal. Not go too close to the edges, to the tips of the petal. Okay, that's the second one, and then the third one. In total we will have 5 petals for each flower. So what I think, let me just show you how this look. So they look like that now, a bit funny. But I will be stacking them together like that, one on top of the other, and then we have a gap for the 5th petal, and this will be my flower. Only one layer, what I meant, that there is no more petal underneath that. I will show you one more, and then doesn't matter the size of the flower you want to create, and then I will shape them all off the camera, and we can then assemble each flower like that. This paper is very thick, so it will keep that shape once you give it a shape. When the water disappear, you know, the paper is kind of stiff again, and it will keep the shape with no issue. Okay, this will be the flower without the script stamping. So again, I will position it like that and glue everything together. We will get to it in a second. Now I will be assembling the flowers. So I've got my mat. I kept them in groups. If the paper is dry, you can definitely use any craft glue. For the buttons, I probably would use the hot glue, but for now I'm going to add a dot of a glue in the middle, then position the second double petal layer. Okay, and then in that place I will add the last petal. You may wait a little bit because you want to be sure that this flower is, you know, stuck together, the petals are. So this is it. And then what I wanted to place a piece of ribbon in the middle, just to add additional interest to my flower. So I will just add a dot of a hot glue, place the ribbon, and then I will go with the button on top. Actually, which color? I don't know if I want them golden, or let's just do this one. Probably you will have to check the sizes, so the bigger buttons can go for the larger flowers, and then the smaller ones for the small ones. This flower, as this is one of the largest, can have that bigger button in the middle. So this is the flower, shabby chic vintage style. I love it. It looks super, super pretty. Let's do one without stamping. So I will start with the glue. I think this is slightly different size as well. Yes, this one is larger. You've got that keyhole system for the Altenew cutting dies, but we're not using it this time. Okay, position your petals so they kind of creating a circle. If there is a gap between the petals, it doesn't matter, but you can, you know, try to reposition. So I think this is okay. I don't like that this petal is coming very much inside, so probably I would take something small like that or toothpick, and maybe I would roll it on the other side. So let's just, I should do it before gluing. Anyway, let's just grab it together with the tool and roll it back. Okay, let's try again. I like that better. So now I will place the lace in the middle and we'll find a center for it. What do we want? Do we want something really large? Maybe. Here I've got another flower. Super, super pretty. Okay, next one. This one is quite small. This one again has the text stamping. I do think it adds a lot to the flower. The other one without the stamping looks good, but I do prefer when they have the text. Or it could be music notes, maybe small dots, something, you know, it doesn't need to be a text probably. Okay, let's just bring lace, and I think this lace in the middle also add something interesting. Of course, this, you know, these dies can be used to create flat and pretty flowers, but I wanted to do something else, and I think this works really well. Oops, let me grab something to help. I also shaped that part of this petal to go on the other side because I don't know, I like that better. But this is ready. Before I will finish, I want to show you something. If you would like to create the flower that is fuller, more layers, you can definitely put the smaller with the larger one. So I would take the I would glue each like flower, and then look, you can place one inside the other. You can position the petals so they're not overlapping, and then you could glue it like that. I'm happy with one layer because I think that will be enough for the project I've got in mind, but these would look super, super pretty as well. Actually, I thought, why not? I can have one which has more layers, so I glued them together. I also put a piece of lace between the layers. You cannot actually see it, so probably there was no point of doing that, but the flower looks so lovely. My flowers are ready. I absolutely love them, and I hope this video will inspire you to create your own paper flowers. Look for the buttons you already have, or just go to secondhand shops for hunting. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Next week there will be no flower video, so I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a lovely creative day. Bye bye.